And so, folks, we are out here at the United Methodist Church. Tension up. Tension up at the United Methodist Church here. Scores of Methodists. Tension at the United Methodist Church, folks. I'm told that the 72nd United Methodist Church wanted today issue a position statement on their position of same-sex marriage. And while the conversation was ongoing, the service was interrupted by the gentleman you see from there in the blue coat suit with the yellow t-shirt entered and interrupted the section. For what reasons, we don't know. We will establish that. But it is a scene of tension at the 72nd United Methodist Church. As you may be aware, the United Methodist Church is in crisis in Liberia over its position on same-sex marriage and homosexuality. It followed the global United Methodist Church acceptance on homosexuality and same-sex. It is upon this position that the 72nd United Methodist Church said that the Liberia annual conference of the United Methodist Church is yet to make a determination as to whether or not she would accept the global United Methodist Church decision on same-sex. And so several United Methodist churches in Liberia are demanding the Liberia annual conference to make a position, or there will be a quote-unquote breakaway from the Methodist Church. And so I'm told, as per the information that I received, that the 72nd United Methodist Church here will make a position statement on today. And so in anticipation of that, So while the conversation was ongoing, the service was interrupted by the gentleman who talked with him. I don't know if he will give the audience to have a word with him. And he was being sent out by the members here. So it's a sort of so I'm told his name is Roland Clark, a former pastor of the Methodist Church, as per the information we got. I don't know for what reasons that he visited the scene, but it has become intense. Thankfully, we have the presence of the Liberian National Police, and so he will disembark. He will make his way now from this venue. But it's challenging out there. It's becoming tense. It has become intense at the Methodist Church in Liberia. This situation on same-sex marriage and homosexuality is gradually affecting the Methodist Church and its operations. The last time it was in Ghana, similar action, and today it is out here in 72nd. We hope we will have a word with a few of the members out here. In background, the Global United Methodist Church at its 2024 General Conference resolved that the Methodist Church will accept homosexuality and same-sex marriage across its denomination. It followed as well that they said they could regionalize the conversation. That means churches within Africa could make a determination whether or not to support or promote same-sex activities across a denomination. Following that, the Liberia Annual Conference members have said to the bishop that there is a need that we make our position known as to whether or not we start with the global church position of same-sex marriage, or we break away from the church if we cannot make a determination. In their words, we cannot lessen sin, we cannot ground same activities. And so because of that, the different denominations, different regions across the Methodist Church in Liberia have been calling on Bishop Samuel Choir to call for a special section at which time they can make a determination as a church whether they stay in the United Methodist Church or not. Upon that, the bishop, I can confirm is yet to call for a special section as per the popular demand of the members of the church. The last time it was in Ganta, a similar scene was observed. It was chaotic as well in Ganta, resulting to Bishop Choir had to flee the scene. Today again is here, Roland Clark. For what reason he visited the scene, I just don't know. We tried to have a word with him again, he rejected. And so he walked in and went straight at the pastor. Yeah, Reverend Jackson, attacked Reverend Jackson. Thankfully, we had the presence of the Liberian National Police that calmed the situation. So this is what we are, the Methodist Church in Liberia. And so the Methodist Church, I think there is a need now. The Liberia Council of Churches and the different religious denominations who have to step in this conversation. The Methodist Church in Liberia is completely divided. A side of the Methodist Church, as staying with the bishop, says we will support regionalization, which means the global church had accepted same-sex marriage. For us in Africa, we are not accepting same-sex marriage, but we remain United Methodist. Why the other side of the conversation has said, we don't want this thing, the fact that the global church had accepted same-sex marriage, that there is a need, we in Liberia break away. I'm told that the church in Nigeria are left, Africa as well did the same. It is Liberia and Sierra Leone they set to make a determination. So members here in Liberia, according on the bishop will call for a special section at which time that the church will make a determination. The people called United Methodist in Liberia will make a determination as to whether they will accept same-sex activities or homosexuality. Mind you, the global church have gone to an extent. They have a center called the LGBTQ Center, supported by the United Methodist Church globally. What that center has been established for is that all of those practice homosexuality and same-sex activities, the Methodist Church globally will have funds allotted so to cater to their well-being. This is to what extent the global United Methodist Church has satisfied homosexuality. So the Liberia position has been, no, we don't want this. There is a need to make a determination. We have to break away. The issue about whether regionalization, as in the context of the global church, that we in Africa can stand, can be by our side, can be on our side of the conversation. We don't want it. We want a total breakaway. And as the conversation unfolds, today is another hectic scene. Thankfully, I must confirm the presence of the Liberian National Police, hyena bands, just by this time this place was 10 bloody. There was still shows we can confirm. And so it's a gradual process, folks. And so moving on, Reverend Jackson was being attacked. We hope to speak with him. Subsequently, he was being attacked while on the pulpit. He was being attacked by the side allegedly supporting Bishop Choir. So they moved in, and having received the information that today they will, the 72nd United Methodist Church will issue a position on whether or not they are in solidarity with Bishop Choir on the regionalization plan or not. So folks, we have made our way in now at the 72nd United Methodist Church. Well, we hope Liberia Council of Churches. So members out there are praying against what they call divisive spirit, what they call homosexual spirit. They are praying against the different kinds of spirits and evil verses. A lot of folks expression, disdain, dissatisfaction, discouragement on the faces of Methodists out here. And so you see this place, this church, so to speak, folks, this church, the 72nd United Methodist Church, has a very handsome number of members. Yeah, if I want to place it that way, their congregation is very huge, but because of the situation and the already calculated attempt, as per the accounts we have gathered, has scared a lot of people away. Those ones that said we will brave the storm, we will challenge the odds, are the ones that have come out today, similar to what they were afraid of. Is what we observed. Imagine being on the pulpit and the pastor was being attacked by another fraction of the conversation, allegedly supporting the bishop. A gentleman had walked in, moved on to the pulpit, take the mark from the pastor, attack the pastor while on the pulpit. This is not a good sign for our Christian community. It speaks volume as to why society to some extent should not be dependent on the church for solution, because if the church itself cannot manage its crisis, then why will society run to the church when there are situations? And part of the reasons why you see when there are issues in the country and the Liberian Council of Churches tend to speak, our leaders fail to listen. I want to believe this is the background from which politicians willfully and satisfactorily disobey the order of the church. Unlike the Liberia we had sometimes some 50, 60, 70 years ago, in Liberia where the church was being seen as a beacon of hope. The church will be seen as a recipe. When there is a confusion, we'll call the church as the mediator, or to mediate between both parties. These days, even the church is challenged with our own situation. The church is struggling to resolve our own crisis. And so, on that basis, politicians and our different leaders have seen the church as not a place to really give that respect and courtesy to. And that's why it is important, folks. We call the Liberian Council of Churches again. For some of us believers of the faith, we are still trusting that the church can, maintain its position. But thankfully, that I continue to mention, the presence of the Liberian National Police was squatting time. This would have resulted to a really, really high situation here, because stones were being thrown, the pastor was being attacked on the pulpit, and members have to come to his rescue. Thankfully, the Liberian National Police intervened. But the Liberia Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church is in crisis over homosexuality. Never Liberians predicted a time that this would come in the Methodist Church. Never are Liberians saying a time that this will come in the Methodist Church, where the church will be battling on situations that is condemnable in the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures. I'm wondering as to how has this entered the church and has been entertained as a conversation where pastors and religious leaders will make a determination when the Bible itself forbids that. This is side. So we move, we'll get back in. So it's a prayer section, so to speak. A prayer section for what is happening in the Methodist Church in Liberia. Members will sing, will offer praises to Jehovah. In their interpretation, the devil has been defeated. Homosexuality is out of the Methodist Church. We are zero towards this, and we as United Methodists will not support this. The scene, and it is actually emotional out here. But mothers, we have to take. Women of faith in the Methodist Church is leading this charge. This is emotionally beautiful. This is emotionally beautiful. Women of faith. You will see our mother from the far end praying for her beloved Methodist Church. She's praying. She's offering praises for her beloved Methodist Church. In her words, in her conversation, no to homosexuality, no to homosexuality. This is emotionally beautiful. Going around. So everyone will walk out in anticipation of victory. In anticipation of victory, everyone will get out waving their handkerchiefs and saying the Methodist Church has won. So Reverend Jackson is leading this cause. So we as United Methodists has won. When the church in Liberia will have to do this, the church in Liberia has a successful history where when the nation is confronted with crisis, similar situations have been observed. I think the Methodist Church, 72nd United Methodist Church, is providing this as a repeat. It reminds me of years back when Liberia was troubled. It took similar action, the courage of the church, to win that battle. How I wish that the United Methodist Church will win this again. Homosexuality is it is forbidden by scripture, by faith, by belief. I would say that the Methodist Church is entertaining it. It's a whole different conversation. God says we are winner. We will never be a loser. We have won on this battle. We have defeated the spirit of homosexuality. We have given the X. God, come and save our Methodist Church. God, come save our Methodist Church. And so calm has been restored. Calm has been restored.
It will be later. We'll come and give us time. They think that impromptu teacher will have to do them. That the position still is very
now, a lot of people in the life actually because the tension is erupted.
yeah. So police here. So police here.
I was saying, the more the tension erupts, you get a lot of people involved in that. They provide positions for them for the service. It's very important.
They don't go inside.
And so, folks, I'm told a position statement will be presented. And so, we see another batch of police. Riot police has arrived on the scene. Perhaps, as per our broadcast, they have been hinted of a current situation, or perhaps a backup has been called. And so, the presence of riot police, we can confirm. Well-armed police officers have arrived on the scene. How I wish that can be restored. But members of the church are out there before the edifice of the church, singing up the beautiful praises. I can remember if I was in service on today, similar songs I would have sung. Not necessarily for homosexuality business, but just to praise my God. And so the presence of riot police, increasing manpower, they say, passerbys will watch the Methodist Church in disdain, dissatisfied, discouraged that the Methodist Church has shared the foundation of our Christian faith in Liberia, to be the one engulfed in crisis over an issue that is totally forbidden. We believers of the faith will be reminded that there are biblical principles and references that point out that God will destroy nations because of homosexual act. How is it now it's been entertained in the Methodist Church? How is it now it's been a conversation that will divide the bishop and his people? How is it now that a section of the church will say we don't support homosexuality, but we regionalize the conversation? So we in Africa will not support, those in Europe will support, those in the Western world will support, but we all are United Methodists. Inside of the church, we say no, once we are all under the emblem of the United Methodist Church, whether we practice homosexuality or not, we are associate of the sin. So we cannot be an associate of a sin that will lessen us to help. And so these different conversations are unfolding. Bishop Choir is there to give a direction to his church. And so you will see dissatisfaction in and out.
So again, there's the secondary church, we're not subscribed to anything that has to do with men, marriage of men, woman marriage of woman. And we stand by it. We stand by it. That's before when we come to the United States, a copy of we have when the we are report you feel bad. What are we saying?
Has that bishop spoken to you since?
Bishop has said over and over that they wasn't report. He couldn't swear away from the native. We the native, we own the church. We call Bishop the very churches, Bishop is tell about the outcome of that Jesus at the general conference. And I was having Charlotte, not Carolina, up to President Bishop can talk to. But we here, the traditional people, especially in the 72nd Methodist Church, we are saying we're not allowing men to get married. And I can tell you, for now to January 1st of 2025, it will pass. That's why the delay will go for February conference. And we're not going to allow that. And I can tell you, Bishop, even in here today, he will regret the moment I enter here. The church does not belong to Samuel Jehu.
He's a bishop, you could respect him for that.
No, yeah, we will respect him, but we will not subscribe to your ideology or threaten the gospel. Okay? Or threaten the gospel, we will not subscribe to your ideology.
Who just came here?
Yeah.
Who just came here?
No, that man is an atheist. He's an atheist. He's not even a member of our church. He always come and sit at the back of the church and defame our pastor or preaching false gospel. The pastor is saying, for biblical standards, for the days ago, men should not marry men, women should not marry men. Why is it now that the bishop is saying men should marry men, women should marry women? If you want to do a transgender, you must do it. You may want to be woman, you must be. You want to become man, you must be.
Why a bishop is still refusing to talk to you?
Bishop will coerce Bishop to step down. I'm telling you, the first thing is, Bishop, because our pastor preaching against the gay rights, the bishop has suspended our pastor before the consent. Even the superintendent of the Memorial District, in presence of Julia Wazeke William, he suspended Julia Wazeke William before informing the 32 to 33 churches within the Memorial District, which is unconstitutional because there should be due process. Alright? He suspended the man for no reason and brought one LC Lakama to be the acting district superintendent. These are things we're not allowed. So the bishop refuses to listen to what we're telling him, that the Methodist church in the Dakota chapter will not subscribe to gay right. We're rejecting him and will be forced to resign. That's what I'm telling you. Yes.
Okay, so you got him right. Listen, folks, tension is still building. Tension is still building. We saw the presence of riot police. I don't know for what reason, perhaps they've been hinted as per our broadcast. And so now they will have to barricade this place for safety and protection of the members that are in here. Welcome, folks. Punch FM 106.7. Punch TV Live. My name is Harris Billy. I'm here from 72nd in Pinzil. That's along the Japan freeway. This is where we are, folks. So the police, I'm seeing a bit of calm. Yeah, managed to take hold of this place, and this is what I would say the best thing would have happened, because the earlier action we witnessed, we did that. If the police is not on the ground, it will be disaster. So everyone is watching Methodist Church again. The Methodist Church. Years back, we will record the Methodist Church were in situations over the clergymen in the practice of raping students at the different universities. We know the situation there in Banga will go on sometimes in Ganta as well. There are existing history. We also are aware that across some United Methodist schools, particularly the CW, students will be expelled because they engage into homosexual acts. They were being expelled. I can recall that situation. Somewhere there in at the JJ Roberts as well, 2 female students will be expelled because they engaged into homosexual act. So there are already existing history. But folks, this appointment has been that we as United Methodists, we have to stand against this thing. So we have to. So we'll move now. I'm told a mini service will be held, and afterwards a position statement will be issued. That statement will determine the position of the 72nd United Methodist Church as to whether or not in support of Bishop Choir. Now, a recap for a lot of you that have joined the live feed. The Global United Methodist Church, sometimes of this year, at their general conference held in the United States, voted to lift the ban on same-sex activities and homosexuality across all of the denominations worldwide. And so at the general conference, that decision was made that all of the United Methodist Church will go about lessening and granting rights to gay clergy, lesbian clergy, and pastors as well. And also that different churches will be able to ordain gay clergy and as well as lesbian clergy, and to some extent conduct wedding ceremonies for same-sex, and that. So they went as well and changed the definition of marriage. In the Bible, marriage is between a man and a woman. At the general conference, a resolution was made that marriage will be between two consenting adults of faith. So two consenting adults will be man, woman, woman, whatever way you want to term it. That's the definition they provided. By addition, the global conference after that, those from Africa had an objection towards that. So they introduced regionalization. What that means is that the global church has accepted homosexuality. For us in Africa, homosexual activities or sin altogether is against our culture. So the Westerners have said to those from Africa that are part of the Methodist Church that you can regionalize the conversation at your local church. If you do not practice same-sex activities, but at the general conference level, we are a part of this thing, you are a part of us, but you cannot break away from our church. We are members, we carry the United Methodist Church, we carry the name, we still maintain the emblems and all of the practices of the United Methodist. Following that, I'm told that there are some other conferences, breakaway, Ivory Coast, I'm told, left the United Methodist Church. And in Nigeria as well, left the United Methodist Church. Following that, the Liberia annual conference of the United Methodist Church, its members, according on the Bishop Samuel Jerome Choir, to call for a special section, at which point in time they can make a determination whether to stay or to leave. But from the account of the Bishop, that the regionalization favors us because they allow us to be United Methodists, but we do not subscribe to the practice of homosexuality and same-sex. So regionalization could be the terms, it could be the conversation. On the other hand, the other side of the church has said the fact that we are still United Methodists, we still carry the emblem, whether regionalization or not, if we are not directly participating in the homosexual acts and activities, the fact that we are still members of the United Methodist Church and we still subscribe to the teachings and doctrines, we are an associate of the same. So we call on Bishop for the special section, let the church make a determination to leave. And so there where the conversation has been, Bishop Samuel Jerome Choir has allegedly refused to call for that special section where the church could make a determination. And so from different sides, the last time it was in Uganda, a similar situation was observed. Tension was in Uganda. Bishop Choir was being chased out. Bishop Choir was being chased. So on the ground of the 72nd United Methodist Church, the church is about to make a position statement. So why members were arriving, one of the supporters of Bishop Choir walked in and attacked the pastor on the pulpit. So it led to tension. But thankfully the Liberian National Police were on the scene and intervened and restored calm at the situation. So we can confirm that calm has been restored. Huge presence of riot officers are here, ensuring the safety and survivability of those Methodists that are out here. So we're moving now. A mini service will be held, and from there, the position statement will be provided. is time that every Christian stand up and pray for the Methodist denomination. It is time that every Christian stand up and pray for the fellow Methodist. So we are staying out here. Very soon we will. I think it's off. So very soon we will retire on this broadcast, and I wait until the position statement is about. The position statement is ready. We're ready to issue the position statement, then we will return. But folks, we can confirm calm has been restored. So we will take you through. Calm has been restored thanks to the swift intervention of the Liberian National Police. These who have escalated to a point where casualties. But thankfully, the Liberian National Police was swift, intervened, and restored the situation. I'm still imagining how is it possible that I know some members of the church were moving while the pastor is about to deliver the sermon, pull the pastor off the pulpit, and while stones are being thrown. I'm still imagining how is that possible. Things were observed at different political gatherings and activities. Those actions and attitudes have been brought in the church. This is not a sad day. So this is not a good one. It is a sad day for our Christian community. It is a sad day, but thankfully, the Liberian National Police are continuing to heal their swift and timely intervention. So this is a perfect view of the 72nd United Methodist Church. A very good and perfect view. So calm has been restored, and the service will go on as planned. While passerbys, motorcyclists will watch from afar, awaiting the outcome. I'm told after the service, all of the members will come out, and there will be a position statement. We are receiving intelligence that some section of supporters, allegedly Bishop Choir supporters, around this vicinity and waiting when the position statement will be read. At the time there will be stones thrown and different acts. That's why we had the riot police had to come on to ensure that they secure this place. But as we speak, intelligence will continue to receive as per our souls that there will be further tension will escalate even greater than what we observed. But with the presence of, the number of police officers, I'm sure that this place is under control. Again, we are not trusting what will happen, but I'm sure that time will be restored. And so the gentleman there, you see, he was the one that went on. He was the one that went on and attacked the pastor from the pulpit. You see him from afar. He has been caught by the police. He's been called by the police. I don't know again that I'm thinking his presence at this place further escalated the existing conversation. I just don't know why I said that he's been brought back. But again, let's see, he's in a pep talk with the police authorities on the ground. And so you have on different sides other passerbys. And so other passerbys are saying that the Methodist Church wants to support this. We will come out and protest independently as citizens against the United Methodist Church accepting homosexuality. A new group has been formed. The guys from the far end are saying if this thing will exist, we will come in a group called Citizens Against the United Methodist Church Accepting Homosexuality. It'll be a whole different conversation. But this is where we are, folks. So the gentleman you see there in the blue, and so he's being entertained by police officers. Conversations ongoing, consultations are being held, and so we don't know. And so riot police will have to adjust a bit. Welcome, folks, Punch FM and TV from the grounds of the 72nd United Methodist Church. Tension is building up again. Tension is mounting. And so conversation we are gathering. I just don't know why is it that the gentleman in question from the far end, I'm told that he shared he has shared information, the foundation of this church, and so it's out there. Jubilation, celebration from one end, while conversations are being held from the other side. Folks, a recap of what is happening. Earlier this morning, we arrived at the scene, having received first-hand information that over the alleged or the perpetual delay on the part of the United Methodist Church in Liberia to make a definite position on whether or not they stand with the General Conference decision on homosexuality. A portion of the United Methodist Church will have to suspend their membership or take it back and await until the bishop makes a position. Why that conversation was ongoing. We are told that the 72nd United Methodist Church will be one of the churches today will make that position known. So earlier we were on, and Reverend Jackson, who pastors this church, was on the pulpit, gave him pep talks, words of encouragement to his members. When the gentleman from afar, I'm still struggling to get his name. Yep, I'm still working ways out to get his name. But he's from the far there. Now he's been barricaded by police officers, and consultations are being held. Okay, so you see him dressed up in the yellow t-shirt with blue coat. He walked in and attacked the pastor on the pulpit. I'm confirming that because I was on the scene. So before someone say allegedly, I'm confirming that information. I was on the scene. So he attacked the pastor and it resulted into chaos. But the police were very swift to intervene and restore that situation. Now he has returned second time with instructions. I'm seeing a lot of Abrex youth from the far end. I don't know what are they doing on the scene as well. From the far end, you will see one section. You look this way, you'll see another section. And so now he's been surrounded by police officers. I'm told he's in support of Bishop Choir's position that let's regionalize the church. Let's be the Global United Methodist Church. Let's be a member of the Global United Methodist Church. But for us, we do not support homosexuality. But this faction of the church is saying, no, we cannot be an associate to the problem. If we say we are against homosexuality, let us be against it. But we cannot be against homosexuality and at the same time we say we are supporters of the problem. And so this is what is happening, folks. Of course, we can confirm that. Of course, same-sex activity is under the penal code. It is forbidden. It is against the laws of Liberia. And so we see continuous interference from these other side of the conversation. Youthful population gradually join I don't know their side of the conversation, but they gradually come in. And so welcome, folks. Punch FM and TV from the grounds of the 72nd United Methodist Church. And so regular service will be held. Afterwards, a position statement will be provided. I'm told a position statement will be provided. But again, the presence of the Liberian National Police is sufficient to ensure calm is being restored. Well-armed police officers. And someone says, Harris, I love the way you said it, well-armed police officers. In case of any eventuality, there will be right yet and right in time. I know a lot of United Methodists. A lot of them I know from where they are on their knees now praying for their church. I know a lot of them. Edward Massacre. I know Jefferson Knight. I know Alfred Menza. I know Reverend Williams. I know a lot of United Methodists. They are all my good friends. I know where they are from their respective corners. They are praying for their church. I know this is not a good day for the church in Liberia. For me, what I continue to say is that things that are discussed in society today, when we go at the legislature, imagine politicians were able to make a position on this thing. This is where my confusion is, that politicians were able to make a position on this thing about same-sex homosexuality. Politicians sometimes in 1976 will go on and constitute a law and say this is forbidden. We stand against it. How is it now that if politicians, those ones we quote-unquote called evil, we say they are the ones destroying our country, able to make a definite position and kick against this thing, then the church that we should be going to, running to the church in terms of guidance, is the one entertaining such a conversation. I don't know how they sound to you, but for us believers of the faith, it is not strange, because someone will say biblically, from the Bible, biblical principles, from our biblical principles and perspectives, we have been told that times like this will come. Times like this will come. So perhaps this will be it, but I still don't want to settle for that. I know the Methodist Church in Liberia is bigger than this. I'm trusting that the Methodist Church in Liberia has handled situations bigger than this. I'm trusting that the Methodist Church in Liberia has resolved crisis greater than this, and they are prepared to resolve this even more better. What is needed now is a paradigm shift. What is needed now is not about who is right or who is wrong. It's not about who is having the best idea. I think at this moment, what the Methodist Church needs and what the bishop will have to do and all of its members, we have to, one side will have to lay down their right as to how to think about this conversation, and so that the church can be united. That's why they are called United Methodists. I'm asking myself, how is it that you guys carry a name United Methodist and you are divided over issues that could be resolved based on biblical teachings and principles? This is extremely contradictory. It is extremely contradictory. And so, folks, we have to retire this broadcast at this time. But again, let's take a look. Let's take a look within the congregation, and once we return, we will retire this broadcast until further notice. So, but we will move in now. Earlier, the church was a bit poor in terms of attendance, but because of this situation now, a lot of members have left the comfort of their homes, coming out now to stand in solidarity of their beloved church. And so we will retire this broadcast, and subsequently, after the regular service, I'm told a position statement will be issued. At which point in time we will return to continue on this Poponchi FM TV. My name is Harris Billy, and I'm out here this morning.